Welcome back. Exactly 53 minutes ago, Ilhan Omar hit him, and I'm afraid as Minister Fraud ringleader exposed every detail did. Yeah, this woman, she took the blame. Basically, she took the blame for what's going on. She took the blame for Ilhan Omar and Tim Waltz, and she said Ilhan Omar and Tim Waltz is the real mastermind, and she's taking the blame for it. Just like when this woman here voted not to give the immigrants more money or anything like that, and after she said it no less than 24 hours, she was killed. You heard about that famous person that got killed in Minnesota. She was one of Tim Walz's people on board. This is the exact same thing that's going on now, in a way. They pick somebody to be the scapegoat or the fallback person, so all the blame will be on them, and they can get scot-free. And everything, because, to be honest, we wouldn't know none about this fraud stuff. We wouldn't. Nick Shirley. Shout out to Nick Shirley. You did a great job exposing this stuff going on right here and everything. So yeah, my internet was slow. We had a power out yesterday, Friday, and I did not get the internet back up until wow. You can say about 4, maybe 5 o'clock in the morning. Power didn't come back until 10:30 at night, so internet come back until later that. So yeah, it's so let's go ahead and get into the video, shall we?
What's up, squad? Back with another video. I seen the title was going down. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for me, please. Y'all see it right here. I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. It is not looking good when it comes down to Ilhan Omar, and she knows it. That's the thing. She knows it. I truly feel like, obviously when it comes down to social media, she's been saying a lot of things, and she's trying to keep that up to where, you have people that are saying, oh, Ilhan Omar, she's scared, she's nervous, she's panicking, and she's seeing a lot of that. We all, obviously have social media. We all see social media, and we're on it. So she's seeing that, and she's been having, quite the things to say. That I'm gonna be showing y'all. I'm gonna be showing y'all some stuff, that obviously Ilhan Omar has said, that she obviously hasn't said before. But clearly, she I don't know, looked around and seen, so now I guess she has something to say. But she was quiet just about a week ago. Got it right here. Minnesota's 250 million feeding our future fried mastermind, Amy Bach, reveals Ilhan Omar, Tim Waltz, and AGK Ellison had to have known about the fraud. And she's saying to hold all of them accountable, and not only time for that deportation. Check it out.
I honestly believe Keith Ellison and Governor Walz need to be held accountable. There needs to be an investigation done. If they weren't aware, that's concerning.
Bach recently told the New York Post that she struggles to believe that Minnesota Congresswoman Ilhan Omar did not know about the fraud. Omar sponsored the legislation that was exploited to make the scam possible. Now, Omar issued a statement yesterday reading in part, any claim that I had knowledge of the scheme is flat out false. Omar also said she's grateful that Amy Bach and the individuals who defrauded taxpayers and vulnerable children are being held accountable.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform. Describe what you want, and watch it take shape. You can plan, customize, and expand in any direction. From tools built for one, to platforms ready for many. From passion projects to enterprise-grade systems. Everything is built in and ready to launch. It's a new world of creation, where you can go as far as your imagination takes you. Can you imagine it? Let's make your dream a reality, right now.
Run around from workers' comp after your work injury? You're not alone. A lot of injured workers are stuck in a system that's confusing. frustrating, and honestly just plain unfair. Maybe your job rushed you back too soon. Maybe your doctor doesn't seem to care. Or maybe you're just sitting at home waiting to hear something, anything about your case, and getting nowhere. If you've suffered a serious injury at work, like a broken bone, a torn tendon, or anything that required surgery, you could be entitled to big compensation and real answers. And it doesn't matter if the injury happened weeks or even months ago. If you're still dealing with pain, time off work, or bills that are piling up, this applies to you. Click the link around this video to take a free 30-second quiz. Based on your answers, you'll find out how much your injury is worth and speak to a local attorney who specializes in workers' comp cases just like yours.
Damn. So I have it right there. Obviously, like I said, things aren't looking good, but I also said that she's now running her mouth a little bit. Because Ilhan Omar is now going to exert as pressure surges to get her expelled from Congress and deport her for the fraud. So long overdue. This is, says this third war period is gone. She is now calling individuals, and it's no surprise on what she said, y'all. Just listen to it.
Yeah, that this is just a made-up lie. Because you do not investigate someone for 10 years and not come up with anything.
So then why do you think it's still being talked about?
Because these people are disgusting. They believe in weird, creepy things, and that's why they want to believe in this weird.
And
that's all I will say.
No, definitely. Why do you think, I guess, that you're being targeted then? It's like
they're racist, they're xenophobic. I just happen to be Muslim, and you're allowed to continue from there. But,
okay. Understood.
Yeah, I mean, they're just disgusting, bigoted people, and that's all I gotta say.
All right.
So now she's putting on this whole act. Obviously, for her supporters, not for us. We obviously know, when it comes down to the truth.
Ilhan Omar knows she's fucked. Tim Walz knows she's fucked. So they just doing all this bullshit right here to try to get this out the facts so nobody can know what's going on. Sorry, I'm eating some chips. Got the monkeys. Not because I have no weed or anything like that. I know somebody's gonna say, "Oh, yeah, I got no. I got the munchies because I get hungry around this time of days. I stay up late all through Saturday, all through Saturday night, all through mornings and Sunday mornings. I get hungry." Oh boy. Yeah, another thing. Cheesy crunches. Zangy Chipotle cheddar. I love hot food. But anyway, Ilhan Omar knows she's fucked. She's gonna keep doing some bullshit ready to get everybody off. Get their mind off what she's done. Just like Tim Walz. They're using this woman right here as a scapegoat. The main ringleader is Ilhan Omar and Tim Walz. They're using all the people below them as chess pieces, as cannon fire, as cover to keep their asses from going to jail. Let's get back to the video.
Things, I don't know who's in her ear or what's going on, but trust and believe. With the things I'm going to show y'all, it's definitely not looking so good when it comes down to Ilhan Omar. You got it right here. Not just feeding our future. There's a lot of things when it comes down to Ilhan Omar. This is one of them. Ilhan Omar got exposed for trying to give $1.4 million to an address that turned out to be fraudulent. The same address received $400,000 in taxpayer funds on several occasions. Check it out right here.
So we are here
It's from Angela Rose, by the way, y'all.
Stagel Restaurant. It says they're open. That's exciting. I'm about to make your blood boil. I thought the restaurant was closed because the door below the restaurant sign was locked, but that's where the CRCC is located. Ilhan Omar and her friends have received $400,000 multiple times from taxpayers. That CCRC got $400,000 for safety outreach, another $400,000 contract for assault survivors, a total of $800,000 in a contract for American Indian workforce development. You think we could hit $30 million if we add up all of the money that this CRCC has gotten? There's currently pending approval for a $1 million contract. They are also a key partner in the Rapid Response Fund to help people who were affected by ICE. A part of a $10 million package is going back to their pockets. I make YouTube videos. I'm like a food blogger. I was wondering, what do you recommend on the menu? I would recommend you guys 100% tax-wise, 100%.
So as y'all see, and y'all can also go check out, obviously y'all can go check out Angela Rose. Has a lot to do when it comes down to Ilhan Omar and exposing a lot. You truly have a lot of these journalists out here doing amazing jobs, and I definitely love it. You have it right here. House Oversight Chair James Comer says Ilhan Omar got caught red-handed trying to sneak in a budget earmarked for a business that ended up being fraudulent. Says subpoena her now, force her to turn over everything, and she's embedded in the fraud. Check it out.
You have not investigated anything. Here's her. Watch.
House Republicans looking into the net worth of you and your husband. Are you cooperating with that investigation and providing the documents?
Nobody looking into anything. They're just saying those things to get interviews with you guys. There's nothing really happening.
They're saying it's a red flag.
He hasn't investigated anything. He hasn't done anything. He hasn't referred me to anybody. He's just saying that so he can get TV interviews because you guys will only talk to them if they say something about me.
Says you haven't investigated anything, Chairman. It's basically all for attention.
Yeah, she's delusional and she knows better. She's trying to say she made a mistake on her financial disclosure form. No one makes a $30 million mistake on your financial disclosure form, especially if you don't have any assets. If you're Donald Trump or some very wealthy person, 30 million might be a rounding error. But for someone who alleges now she has nothing, that's a pretty big rounding error. And it all stems around two basic things, the problem she has. First of all, she asked for an earmark for a project that was later proven to be a fraudulent project that was involved in that Somali scam up there. And then secondly, she claimed her assets were huge because of this winery that we know has been shut down that, according to rumors and press reports, was defrauding investors.
Yeah, Congressman, thank you for your time. We appreciate it. We'll continue looking into this, as you will.
So y'all see that it's truly, truly, truly getting down to it. And I feel like that's why she's, saying these things and acting out and saying this and saying that, because I truly, truly know that they're really on to her. They're seeing, different. And I truly want them to find as much information. I don't want nothing hidden. I don't want nothing missed. I don't want nothing. I want them to find as much as possible when it comes down to it. We literally have right here, Tom Emmer just exposed Ilhan Omar for being at the center of Feeding Our Future scandal. Says she sponsors a bill that made it possible. The fraudsters were her own neighbors and constituents. Amy Bach sentenced to 41 years yesterday. Says that, and she says that Omar knew. Keith Ellison was working with Somali fraudsters to block investigations in exchange for campaign donations. Tim Walz let this go on for over 7.5 years. So obviously she knew a lot about it. She created the fund and she stole from it. That's what it is. It's corruption. Not gonna lie. Check it out.
Last 8 years in Minnesota, and his has run rampant. Ilhan Omar is at the center of the Feeding Our Future scandal. She not only was the sponsor of the bill that created the fund that they ripped off, these are her neighbors. These are the people she represents. And by the way, the people that she was in communication with. You know that Amy Bach, the head of the Feeding Our Future scandal, was sentenced to 41 years yesterday. She has said that Ilhan Omar was aware. And then you look at Keith Ellison. This guy was literally working with Somali fraudsters to frustrate investigations in return for campaign donation. It's been shown, Charlie. And Tim Walz, you can't tell us that he did not know what was going on right under his nose for 7.5 years. I'll tell you what my constituents are asking every day, Charlie. When are these people going to be held accountable? When is somebody going to go to jail for ripping everybody off?
And I know that you'll stay on top.
And honestly, I'm not even gonna lie. That's the end of that video. But I'm not gonna lie. When it comes down to it, obviously it's more people. So I don't want everybody to go in the comments. Such and such too, and that person too. Top three main people that I want to see when it comes down to the arrest being made, I'm not going to lie, when it comes down to Keith Ellison, when it comes down to Tim Walz, Ilhan Omar. Top three. Make that happen. They got to make that happen. I'm telling y'all. You got it right here, though. Says Ilhan Omar is now demanding she be indicted by the DOJ. I'm telling y'all, right now what she's doing is that she's playing with fire.
What are your thoughts about J.D. Vance? They're going to indict you, that the DOJ is going to indict you or come after you?
He's been doing that for a while. If they want to indict me, let's see what they've got.
I'm telling y'all, just right there, if you look at body language, she's nervous. She's definitely nervous about it. You can definitely tell. You got it right here. This is J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance actually posted this on his X account. Says today the task force and the DOJ announced a massive takedown of two of the largest Medicaid fraud cases in Minnesota state history, as well as the largest autism fraud scheme ever charged by the federal government. Our message is simple. If you're committing fraud, we will find you and we won't rest until justice is served. Definitely something that we want to hear.
Just like all of you, I was shocked last December when I watched Nick Shirley's bombshell investigation of migrant fraud in Minnesota, which called attention to the now infamous Quality Learning Center instead of learning and other schemes across that state. This morning, the ringleader of the $250 million Feeding Our Future fraud scheme in Minnesota was sentenced in federal court to over 40 years in prison, bringing justice to the countless school children and families she had scammed. And on top of that, today, federal law enforcement launched a massive raid in Minneapolis. Across the city, agents have arrested 15 people for suspected fraud that amounted to $90 million.
Would you be happy if you stayed where you are in life and job forever? If the answer is yes, then this video is not for you. But if you want to...
This includes two of the largest Medicaid fraud cases in Minnesota history, as well as the largest autism fraud scheme ever charged by the U.S. federal government. With this action, we're bringing justice to some of America's most vulnerable citizens and justice to the American taxpayer. In 2018, Minnesota tried to provide housing services for the homeless. They estimated that the cost of the program would be $2.5 million a year. By 2024, the program had exploded to $104 million annually, and almost all of it, was because of fraud. As a result, the state had to shut down the program and can no longer provide those services to Americans in need. So we've got homeless veterans sleeping on the streets because fraudsters got rich. But it's not just the homeless who are the victims of these fraudsters. The victims in the cases announced by DOJ today also include disabled Americans who rely on community support to live full, independent lives, and citizens for whom defrauding such programs is literally a matter of life and death. In one of the most horrifying cases charged today, a recipient who needed 24-hour care was supposed to be receiving exactly that through a Minnesota Medicaid benefit program. But he received nothing. No care, no services, nothing for months on end. And then he went quiet. For 2 days, a neighbor tried to check on him, knocking on his apartment door. Nothing. Shortly after, he was found dead.
Wow.
One day before this man died, the fraudster in question had tried to bill for the non-existent services. The services that if they had been provided, this man might actually be with us today. To get rich off taxpayers, even at the cost of others' lives.
One thing about it though, God sees all. Obviously, I have learned, when it comes down to it, and I try to learn every day because, we're all not perfect. That money truly isn't everything at all. It's something, but it's not everything. And that's what I try to explain to people. Yes, it's bills that need to be paid. It's things that need to be, but when it comes down to doing things that's wrong and then thinking that you're getting away with it because they think that they're getting away with it. That's the thing. When it comes down to theft and this, that, and the other, God is seeing it. God is definitely seeing it, and I truly cannot wait. I truly cannot wait to a lot of these individuals get caught, when it comes down to it. And JD Vance is on it. And you already know that man above is definitely on it.
Just as that fraudster had for many months before. This kind of behavior is sickening. It's disgusting. It's an affront to all of us as Americans. And today we're saying clearly, no more. Our message is simple. If you are committing fraud, our task force will find you. We'll come after you, and we will not rest until justice is served. Don't defraud the American taxpayer. Don't get rich by trying to steal from them, or we are going to come after you until justice is served. That's our promise, and we're going to stick to it.
I love it. I definitely love it. That's definitely fire. Y'all can go check that post out. JD Vance did, in fact, post that on his X account, as y'all see. As well as, I'm seeing this,